So picking up again from the last one, as I said, there's a lot of things we don't understand about history. We don't understand about slavery, and that goes into the race baiting and all of that. It's so much information that I could give, and honestly, like keeping the information in my mind connected is not difficult. It's only difficult when I go to speak because I don't know who's listening, and I don't know what their level of understanding is. And so then I have to like pause and say, okay, they may not understand that. So now I got to explain that. And in the explaining of that, it goes into other subjects because everything is connected. Everything we do, everything we say is connected. The universe, it's connected. And so it'll seem like I'm going from subject to subject. It's not that I'm going from subject to subject. I'm weaving a tapestry. Okay, I'm sewing, I'm weaving, I'm giving you a picture. But to make it simple, I got to go with how my grandmother Louise says we all came from Adam and Eve. Boom. That's basic. Now, for those of you who want to take it a little higher, understand that, okay, people have sex. Hello, somebody. People had boats. People walked great distances. Certain things we have in America. In Europe, they didn't even know what pineapples were. Certain spices and things they only have in India or they only have in China. So people were traveling. And you would see people who look a little different. Oh, wow, she's interesting. Her hair is red. Oh, wow, those eyes are blue. Oh, she's black and she has green eyes. Oh, this is what was going on in the world. So people was mixing, people was mingling. Marriages was happening because of money and everything else like that. And so when you get into this race, there's only one human race. And when you start thinking that the Jews was responsible, and what you're talking about are the kings of the earth. What you're talking about is the 13 families. What you're talking about is the Illuminati. See, and those are the three terms you can call. They are Luciferians. My father said, "Call them what they are," and I believe that maybe the Lord said that to him because I was watching Terry Bennett and he kept speaking of them as Luciferians because that's what they are religiously. They may be Jewish in their bloodline, because they really honestly is mixed with all the king's horses and all the king's men. Okay. Oh my. See the whole see that's gonna take me somewhere else because they couldn't put Humpty together again. Now why was see what does that have to do with the Bible? They're trying to build a kingdom and they're trying to find an antichrist. They're trying to create a temple, a body for the spirit of antichrist to dwell and to live in. So all the kings of the earth, from the Babylonian kingdom and the Assyrian kingdom and the Greek kingdom and the Egyptian kingdom, the Turks, the Ottomans, the so-called Holy Roman Empire. You understand the kings of China and the emperors of Japan. Even in China, they have emperors, and you want to talk about the Brahmins. Is that the word? Brahmin is coming to me. That's India. I don't know what a Brahmin is. That may be a religious thing, but they have kings. They had emperors also in India. You have the African kings. Yes. Oh yeah. And so they mixed. They mixed. They mixed and they worshiped Satan. And because of that, they've been given power. They've been given power and they've been given they everything that's paper money is worth nothing. They control the money systems of the world. They are the hand that's rocking the cradle because they are allowed to. Because again, Satan won the deed. Jesus won it back, but it's time sensitive because see, there are laws. There is a time where the kingdoms of this earth will become the kingdoms of God and of our Lord Jesus Christ. They are not yet. They are because the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof, and the world and they that dwell therein. But it's still time sensitive. So you can't pull down these principalities. You can get people from out under their power, but that's dangerous. When I begin to speak these sort of things that I'm speaking to you now on my block, when I begin to speak these things, because I'm trying to pull people out, it's a cesspool. So if you're not from you don't know nothing about the spirit world. It, that's what's going on in DC. And if you're not from where I'm from, because you got to understand location. It's walking distance to the White House. It's walking distance to a very, very, very spiritual place, the highest mountain, the highest hill. I believe it's the highest hill. I know it is the middle hill of all of the District of Columbia, and that's Meridian Hill Park. We grew up in the shadows of Meridian Hill. You understand? And the Masonic temples are very nearby. And so you will see people from my block and from my area who many of them may have witchcraft in their bloodline, or may have people in their families who are Masons, or who just have spirits. They have, they have spirits. They can go to sleep and dream what's going to happen the next day, or they have spiritual gifts. They hear, and they don't know what they're hearing. They just know they hear, and they listen, and they do, and then things happen, and they don't realize that even when what you're hearing is true, it's not coming from God. It's coming from a demon. Um, we call it discernment. They can read you. The people from where I'm from are very good at reading people. I mean, really, they know what you are, who you are, what you're about. So you have a lot of deception. You have a lot of lies. You can't trust these people. You can't trust, because there's so much demonic stuff going on. That's why whenever I go, it's an issue. Whenever people will come to me and start prophesying, my friend from V Street, she just started prophesying. I'm thinking, Jesus Christ, I came here to get high. Why are they bothering me? And so then I went on and got high. Then the girl got possessed. And her demons were she wasn't worried about nobody else. Funny, because she specifically said, she went around the room and said, no, this is because of your demons and your demons and your demons. She let everybody in the room know all y'all got demons. But because she's a channeler, the demons took over her, and it was really sad. It was really sad. I felt so bad for her, because they was just telling all her business, and they took over her. And it wasn't just the demons she usually deals with, it was the demons for everybody in the room. So of course I ran, because I was like, listen, there's nothing you can do. You getting high, you're in the wrong sanctuary, just like the demon said. You in here wanting to be with your friends and hang out and get high. And at any point, those demons can jump on anybody. Now, see, that's how divination works, because we're going to talk about Jezebel, and we're talking about Athaliah. And I know it may seem like I'm off track, but I'm not off track, because I'm talking about Athaliah, and I'm talking about Jezebel, because that spirit in that girl was Jezebel. She comes after the prophets. That's why she didn't try to chase nobody else. Jezebel know who the real prophets are. No matter if you're getting high, no matter if you're gay, no matter if you this, that, or the other. They know who God has chosen. That's why she said, no, you really are chosen. That's what she said. That my other friend tried to speak to her as soon as he went to open his mouth. She said, not your demons. Because whatever was going to be said was not going to be him. It was going to be the spirit of divination. And I could see that. I'm thinking now his spirits are trying to talk, because she's talking and she's getting the attention, and his demons can't take it. They don't like that. And so I'm knowing what's going on with each person. I'm saying, okay, this one don't seem to want the girl to stop talking. She's liking the information she's able to get, because the spirits know what's really, really going on, and she wants information. And so I'm trying to pray. I'm calling the angels. The girl, she came back, and she said, there's a lot of angels. The angels are also here. And I'm like, duh, because as you're opening your mouth and speaking, you think my mouth is closed and I'm not speaking, but God hears everything I say when my mouth is. I tell people, it's not when I'm talking you should worry. It's when I'm not speaking. And the demons know that. That's why whenever I'm quiet, people always try to be in my face. They always try to. That's when they want to call. That's when they want to hit me up. That's when they want to FaceTime or whatever you call it. That's when they want to, they want my attention. Because it's not them, it's their demons that wants my attention. Because they know that if I'm not speaking, 9 times out of 10, I'm communicating with God, because they know, the spirits know who I am, and they know that God can hear. They know that God can hear, and they know what the glory of God looks like. So they know, they know. And so as I'm quiet, I'm speaking to the Lord, and I'm saying, okay, the angels, we're going to have to call for the angels, because I need the angels to come to hold back all the other demons. But it was so much confusion, I couldn't figure out what to do. And eventually I knew what it is that had to happen. And even after I left, I knew what it is I needed, what I believed was going to have to happen in order for that girl to get deliverance. And that's what happened. The very three, her cousin's mom, and the and the other girl, she has 2 sons that everybody knows, her, and then another lady who I think is like a pastor or something. Her son's supposed to be a prophet. He's a prophet. That's what the lady said, and I believe her. He has the light eyes. When I saw the eyes, the Lord was like, yes, that's what the eyes are about. He has those light eyes. It's about, he's a seer, a prophetic seeing. He's a seer. I said, okay, I get it. I get it. And so those 3 women came and dealt with the demons and that girl and my dad's ex-wife came and dealt with it. And basically, she was possessed. And you know why? Because this is what Jezebel and what Athaliah does. And so now I'm going to have to come. And if you're interested, good. If you're not, wonderful. But I have to come back and give you more understanding about Athaliah.